Have a great show.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's do this. Come on. Bada bada ba. Who's looking for it? Come.
If you could change any choice you have ever made, would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of the Inspired Choices Show, business optimization expert, Christine McIver.
It is Christine McIver here with another show on Inspired Choices. And we are live on the Inspired Choices Network, as well as our TV platform, YouTube, and Facebook. So if you are watching live, if you are listening live through our app or one of our many platforms that we do have the live shows, I would love for you to come along and play with us. You can join us at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com/chat room. You can ask questions, you can interact, and you can even join us in the live studio. So I am Christine McIver, and I am a business optimization expert. And on this show, I talk all about business, but not just the systems, not just the terminologies, not just the what you need to do, but also from a psychology perspective as you, the business owner, the entrepreneur, the inspiring entrepreneur, or the CEO, wherever you are along that journey. Those are the topics that I love to talk about: what goes on, what to look for, how to empower and inspire you in your business, and how to actually have your business inspire you. Can you imagine having your business inspire you? So tonight we're talking all about business choices that make or break your business. And there is a lot of them out there. And I really want to show you some of the things that you want to have at the forefront of your mind when you're looking at your business. And you know what? It doesn't matter where you are on your business journey. You could be just considering starting a business, or perhaps you're 10 years into your business and you still feel like you need some extra support. That's pretty normal, actually. And if you've made it past even 1 year, congratulations. The biggest thing that I know is that being in your own business requires you, as the business owner, to stay on top of yourself and where you are developing, and continuing to sit back and take a real big macro view of your business, your choices that you make in your business, and planning for the future while staying very, very present with where you are at today. It's a tough world sometimes when you're in your own business, and looking at the challenges that are in front of us can be really, really daunting. The choices, however, that you make for your business and for you can really make a massive, massive difference. What I know is, if you are struggling, if you've ever struggled, I'm sure you'll agree with me that if you are struggling, you've got to be willing to step back and look at what's happening and be vulnerable with where you are in what's happening. Be vulnerable in the choices that you have made. You've never made a wrong choice. There's no such thing as a wrong choice. There's only a choice that you didn't make. And the reason I say that there's not a wrong choice is because every choice that we make is a choice that is going to inform us. It's going to teach us, it's going to guide us, and it's going to let us know, oh, I didn't really like the outcome of that. Or, wow, that was really amazing. I want to do that again. Your choices are here to support you. And whether you choose them a second or a millionth time, or you only choose them once, they inform you and they support you. You know, we live in a friendly universe. Please know that. We live in a friendly universe. Now, there are sometimes not very friendly things going on in some choices that our leaders are making, some choices that possibly friends or family members are making. That's okay. That's their choice, right? You have to know that you are empowered to make your own choices. And no matter what is going on outside of you, it is a friendly universe, and the universe is here to support you. So, right now, if you're feeling a little anxious, if you're feeling a little knotted up, I just want you to take a breath. Just take a breath. Just let it out. Allow yourself the space. Allow yourself the space to receive the knowing that the universe is friendly, that the universe is here to support you. And I've said this so many times, but it bears saying again that your business came to you so that it could come through you. It's the makeup of you, it's the combination of who you are, the energy that you are, how you show up in the world that makes you the perfect leader of your business. But it also requires you, as I said at the top of the hour, it also requires you to continually lean in and looking at yourself and looking at the choices that you're making and really up leveling you. And I think, when I look, I've been in business now for more than 15 years. And when I look at the journey, pardon me, when I look at the journey of my business, hold. Oh, that's interesting. Pardon me. Oh my goodness, I'm very sorry. When I look at the journey of my business and I look at all of the changes that my business has gone through, the biggest changes were actually the changes that I went through. In order for me, and I know that this is true for other business owners, in order for my business to grow and evolve and scale and up level and all the pieces that oftentimes we as business owners desire for our businesses to do, it first required me to go through that change. You're not only the leader in your, showing up in your business for your team members, for your clients, your customers. You're the leader of your business itself. And while your business is here to support you and ready to show you new possibilities, you also have to be the leader. You have to be ahead of the changes. You've got to go through your dark night of the soul as a business owner. You have to go through your dark night of the soul with your money issues or your belief systems. You have to go through your growth phase regarding confidence, regarding having challenging conversations. You have to up level you before you can up level your business. And so making these incredibly important decisions and choices in your business, they make all the difference in the world when you've done your work. So, one of the biggest choices that you can make that you can choose to really have your business make a positive impact is for you to continuously do self development. That is by far the greatest choice that you can make. And that will make your business. It will. Because as you continue to evolve, as you continue to check in with where am I at? So let's look at some situations. So let's say you've gotten to a point in your business where you're doing so much that, you know what? I need help. I need to hire someone. That's great. That's awesome. And once you've gone through that once, you know that you likely didn't expect the journey in hiring someone to be what it is. Because what is required to be a boss in your business, to be the owner and to actually have people that are responsible to fulfill obligations to you, that requires you the ability to lay out very clearly what you expect. And what does that require? That requires you as a business owner to look at the tasks that you can not only give to someone else with confidence, but also be able to articulate how to execute that task. That requires standard operating procedures. Now, to take what's in many of our heads as business owners and to put that on paper in a step-by-step format, truly, that can be so incredibly taxing that we give up, because so much of what's in our mind is automatic. Oftentimes, we're doing the same thing. We've been doing it for a long time. And then to imagine to teach it to someone else can be very daunting. Well, so let's say you do get all this laid out, and then you start to teach that person. Well, that requires patience, because you can probably do it twice or three times or four times faster than they can in the beginning. It's giving yourself patience and giving that person grace to learn. It's also understanding that in order to train someone to do what you do, it's going to require you to slow down to speed up. And that can really get on people's nerves as a business owner. They oftentimes don't have the patience to do that. And then they're drowning in their tasks. They're working way too much time. And then that leads to a lot of other chaos, right? It can lead to burnout. It can lead to depression. It can lead to making bad choices, bad financial choices. It can have such a bearing on our bodies and our relationships. This is huge. So you can't just make a choice to hire someone. It involves a lot of steps in order to do that. It also involves you having the confidence to have courageous conversations. How many of you have ever said, I hate conflict? Right? Most people will say, I hate conflict. And most people will do anything that they possibly can to avoid conflict. Well, I want to encourage you to understand that if a team member, an employee, a consultant, whoever you're hiring, if you need to have a courageous conversation with them, understand that this is to their benefit as well as yours. Having clear communication with someone who we pay is so critical. But for them, oftentimes, it is nerve-wracking because they're afraid that they're going to get fired. Well, if you are willing to be kind as well as clear with your expectations and hear what they have to say, and possibly they didn't understand something, and give them the opportunity to correct something, something that you're not pleased with, that will make a big, big difference. But if you're someone who avoids conversations like that, you're likely going to do a number of different things. You might just let them continue along and do things the wrong way. Or you might just tell them, you know what, I just can't afford it anymore. So you're going to lie. And then you're going to go back into burying yourself. Or you're going to maybe treat them unkindly because you just blurt out something because your nervous system is out of whack worrying about having the conversation. That's just one of the things that I want you to look at. So when you are working on you and you are building your confidence and you're building your communication skills and you're looking at the things within you that you are uncomfortable with and you're really working on those things, you're going to be able to come to your business with an entirely new opportunity of strength and new opportunity of growing you and your business. Again, this is the number one choice to make if you want to make your business. We are up to our commercial. We're going to take a very short commercial break. And when we get back, I want to lead into more things that I want you to be looking at that can make or break your business. There's not that many that I'm going to go over tonight, but the ones that I do go over are extremely important. So you're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm your host, Christine McIver. We are on the Inspired Choices Network, and tonight, business choices that make or break your business. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Yes, we are back. And tonight we are talking all about business choices and the choices that will make or break your business. Now, it doesn't matter what business you are in. What I'm sharing with you tonight are the choices that can be absolutely astronomical in showing you how to grow your business, how to stay successful in your business, or how to blow your business up. And we don't want to do the second one, right? We want to really grow our business and have our business be successful. One of the things that, in the years of coaching business owners in business is I want you to understand that if this is the first business you've ever been in, there is a lot to understand and learn and grow. Please be kind to you. Please be generous with your learning for being a business owner. There are things that you're going to do in business that are required in business that you likely have never done in a job before this. So what is very important is for you to give yourself grace and understand that it's one step at a time. It's one step at a time. And if you can come out of criticizing yourself, if you can give yourself the space to learn and allow yourself to fail or fall or trip along the way without massive criticism, you are going to be able to get through the challenging times. That's a very important thing to note. So, in order for you to be successful in business, you have to have a vision. You have to know where you're going. You've got to have a picture that you've painted in your mind. Do you have a vision of what you want your business to look like? Or are you perhaps someone that just has one service and you want that service to be the only thing that you do, and you're just going to provide that service? You're not interested in expanding service offerings or product offerings. You've got one thing that you're going to do. That's fine. If that's true, that's no problem. You can be very successful. When you look at your business, when you look at your products or your services, ask yourself this: do they make you excited? Is the thought of creating that product or delivering that service, does that excite you? Does it inspire you? Are you happy when you think about that? That is part of developing your vision. If what you're creating, what you're providing is not exciting to you, if you're doing it for one reason or another, or most people make the choices based on money. If, regardless whether it's that or not, if you're doing it, but you're not excited or happy, your vision is going to dwindle about your business. It's going to dwindle so fast that you will probably be out of business in the next 6 months. Because without that inspiration within inside of you, without your spirit being excited about what you're doing in life, what will happen is your energy levels will drop, the energy of your business will drop. And when people are reading the energy of you and your business, it's going to be flat. And they may not know why, but we can end up propelling people when we're not excited about our business, because they're picking up on that. Whether they realize it or not, they are. You've done it. We do it all the time. You can read something and understand that there's something off with that business. You can walk into an establishment and you can just pick up on the energy in the room and you know something is off. I remember my last corporate job that I went to. When I walked into the building, the reception area took up the front, the majority of the front of the building. And I could hear people in behind the wall, but I couldn't see it. There was 2 walkways. I couldn't really see anybody though. I sat there and I knew instantly that I wanted to work there from the energy in that business. How much do you think I loved that job? I absolutely loved that job. It was the energy. It was what people were developing, what they were creating that was inspiring. You want to have that in your own business because you need to be able to inspire yourself. So you want to have a vision, not only that will inspire you, but that will help to lead you where you want to go. We need to have a vision, not only to inspire us, but also to make plans of what we need to be creating, what we need to be putting in place, the kind of support that we need. So choosing to have a vision and taking the time to develop that vision is a must have. You must have a vision for your business. And that vision may take you 6 months to develop it. Spend some time with it, play with it, go into contemplation, go into meditation, walk away from your computer, walk away from the business, go sit by the water, go sit in the woods, go for a long drive. Allow your vision to rise. Allow your vision to inform you at what would be wonderful for you and for the business. In order to have a great business, one of the most important steps as well is, do you have a financial strategy? Do you have a financial strategy? Now, a lot of people don't even have an idea of what a financial strategy is. Well, strategy is nothing more than a map, right? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want that to look like? When I'm working with clients, I really dive into their biggest desires, their biggest dreams. And when it comes from the financial perspective, I love doing that part because that's something that's tangible, right? And that is something that's a big reason why many of us go into our own businesses, because we want to have financial freedom. Well, if you've been in business for a while, you know that financial freedom requires a great many things. And one of the biggest things is a strategy. What are you planning for? When you work for someone else, and they come to you at the end of the week or the beginning of the week, and they say, okay, Christine, this is what I want you working on this week. This is the direction we're going in. This is what's important for us to get ready. Or we do a quarterly meeting, or we do a monthly meeting or a weekly meeting, whatever it is. they come forward and they let you know what they want you to be doing because they have a vision. Well, part of the vision requires a financial strategy. So if you have a financial strategy in place, you know from day to day exactly what you need to be, um, the clientele, the amount of sales you need to have, the from those sales, you know how many calls you need to be making, how many people you need to be meeting, how many conversations you need to be having. You also know about what the cost of goods for your products needs to be, how much income you need to be bringing in, and where you need to keep your expenses at. Though that financial strategy is incredibly important. There's nothing worse than doing the work and pricing things out, and you think, oh, this is a great price. I upped my prices and I feel like I'm receiving even more. But when you get to the end of the year, and how many of us have done this, right? You get to the end of the year and the expenses have nearly matched the revenue, or it even exceeded the revenue. And what do we do to be able to change that? Comes back again to us individually and looking at our pricing. And what's required when we're looking at our pricing is making the choice to challenge our belief system around money. Because so many of us have such a skewed belief system about our value, about what we should be paid. I can tell you, when I started my business, I I used to do, part of my job, I was in human resources, and part of my job was doing the payroll. So I was always talking about hourly rates. And when I started to do my own business and I started in coaching, I looked at what I was charging someone as an hourly rate as opposed to the service as a whole. And I thought, now this was over 15 years ago, I thought $25 an hour was an exceptional rate. But for me to charge coaching for only $100 a month wasn't coming anywhere near my expenses. And it certainly didn't equal the value of what my customers were receiving. So, yes, I needed to do some personal development work around my belief system around money. My business would not have been sustainable had I continued on that path. That's what I'm talking about. It's not just about saying, okay, I want to make this much money. There is a great deal of things involved in that. So one of the biggest choices you need to be making is the willingness to go through and have a financial strategy that involves both the systems and the numbers with an accountant, as well as your personal belief system around money. That is going to make your business. And I'll tell you, being willing to be vulnerable when you're doing this is going to be challenging for some people, perhaps. But I'll tell you, when you get on the other side of that, it is going to be such a relief that you're going to begin to see yourself as the professional that you are, as the expert that you are. And that is an excellent choice to make your business stronger. We are always looking at, how can I be doing things better? How can I have, how can I grow my business? How can I save more time? Most of us are on the edge of burnout in our own business, especially if you're the solopreneur and you don't even have any staff, maybe a part-time person or full-time people. Many of us are on the edge of burnout. And what I absolutely know is the greatest gift I've ever given myself is slowing down so that I can get my business house in order, so that I can get myself in order to be able to show up in my business to create a stronger business than I've ever had before. And that's not a one-time thing. That's something that we need to be doing on a regular basis, at least an annual basis, if not a quarterly basis, to be evaluating where we are with our goals and with our desires and with our strategies, and really stepping back and looking at, is this still working for me? Right? The willingness to slow down and do your full evaluation on your business and looking at where you're making your choices, what you're doing with your time, the partners that perhaps you're partnering with, and looking at whether that's contributing to your business, the willingness to have those courageous conversations with your team members, with your clients, with your with your employees. Those are some of the greatest tasks and choices that you can make that will change the way that you operate and succeed in business. Are you willing to really step back and have a deep dive into your business? Or do you just want to ignore it and get into the tasks? As a business owner, we have to learn how to change from being in the tasks to really being the leader of our business. And that, my friends, is a choice that will make or break your business and make or break you as the CEO, the entrepreneur in your business. All right. That's a lot of information to take in. I want you to just sit with that for a few minutes and consider some of these things until we get back from this break. So you're listening to Inspired Choices. I'm Christine McIver, your host on the Inspired Choices Network. And today we're talking all about better business choices that make or break your business. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to tonight's show. We are talking all about business. No surprise there. We're talking about business choices that make or break your business. So if you're just joining, we were talking about in our first segment, we're talking about choices about you really up-leveling who you are, doing your personal development work, really increasing your business acumen and learning about you as a business owner and where you need support, where you need to grow, where you need to evolve in your skill set as a leader in your business. The second segment, we talked about really what you need to do to have those courageous conversations with team members, with consultants, perhaps with business partners that you're working with. And then we moved into talking about vision, about having a vision and how important that vision is, and how important it is to revisit that vision at least on an annual basis, and what that's going to do for you day to day. Having that vision is going to support you in making lots of choices, lots of financial choices, lots of hiring choices, lots of developing choices, developing you in all of that as well. Then we leaned into having financial choices, really having a financial strategy, understanding what a financial strategy looks like and how that will support you in your development, how that will support your vision in your business, how it will assist you in really your nervous system, because when we have our financial house in order, we know where we're going. We know that at the end of the day, we are making money on the choices that we are making. Your stress levels are going to drop. If you are operating from just selling, or creating a product or delivering a service, and you're just going with a price that you think is fair, which is oftentimes you looking outside of yourself at what other people are doing and undercutting them. When you're doing it from that perspective, you're not taking into consideration all the variables with regards to the charges that you are putting out there. And so what happens for many, many people is they get to the end of the year, they're stressed out about pulling their taxes together, about pulling all their invoices and their receipts together, and they take it in a box and they hand it to their accountant, their bookkeeper, and their accountant or bookkeeper comes back and with, I can just hear people saying like, oh my God, I just got an email. I don't even want to open it. It's from my bookkeeper. It's from my accountant, because we're petrified at what that bottom line is going to be, what that number is going to be. Because oftentimes, if we've had our head in the sand throughout the year and we haven't had a financial strategy, at the end of the year, we get a financial surprise. And it's oftentimes that we owe a lot of money. I've been there. I'm sure many of you have been there. And the only reason we get there is because we are not working with our finances every single week in our business. We're not looking at the expenses and coming up with a strategy. It really evaluating how much is coming in, what can I expect to come in, and what are the expenses that I can endure with this business so that I can make a profit. And that is something that was required every single week. You need to be looking at your finances continuously, not from an anxious perspective, but from an awareness perspective. Am I on target? Did something change? Right? I look at every single invoice. I really question every invoice. Is that correct? Have they suddenly put the price up and I didn't realize it? What's going on? I had one 3 or 4 weeks ago that a charge just automatically went through, and it was only $25. I probably had 5 or 6 emails back and forth with this company. I wanted to know what that charge was. Well, it was something that I had completely forgotten about. And so they informed me of that. They canceled it and I got a refund. This is what is required in our business, to stay very diligent in everything that's going in and out of our bank account. Well, when you have your financial strategy and you're looking at the bottom line and you're looking at, okay, what's everything that's gone in and out of my bank account, and you're looking at that on a weekly basis, you're going to be able to stay on top of, and more so on target with your vision of where you want your business to go. If you don't have a financial strategy and you don't know exactly how much money you need to be making each day, you're not going to be informed about some of the choices you need to be making on a daily and weekly basis, because you're not paying attention to what's happening. You can't get to the end of the year, which a lot of people are doing right now. You can't get to the end of the year and just suddenly come up with thousands of dollars. I've tried it. It's brutal. It is absolutely brutal. And many people throw in the towel at that point. You don't need to do that. Now is the time. It doesn't matter what day of the week, it doesn't matter what month, it doesn't matter where you are in the year. Now's the time to start. Let's get you started so that you can have more ease, that you can have more pleasure moving forward. It does require work. It does require really looking into things and creating this financial strategy so that you can maintain your excitement about your business and that the energy of your business can then permeate out to those that are looking for it. One of the big things that many people don't do is they don't look at their products. So we've got the financial, right? First we have the vision, we've got the financial strategy, then we need to really look at our products and really look at what we've got in these products, what we want to be offering, and doing that from what works for us, not what colleagues are doing, not what fellow business owners are doing, not with what quote unquote our competitors are doing, not from their perspective. We want to be doing that from our perspective. What product offerings would be a contribution? What are you great at? What are people asking for from you? What is it that lights you up to create in the world? Looking at those products, those all of those questions that I asked, those can all change for you on a regular basis, right? You might have one core thing that you do, and then suddenly you're not interested in doing that anymore. You're not interested in that product. You have other ideas. So doing a full evaluation on your products, on what you're offering, what you need to invest in order to create those products and those services. For me as a coach, I'm continuously investing in myself and in my skill set so that I can come to the table and be a strong coach, business strategist for my clients. That requires me to stay on top of what's going on in the world, what's going on with having an online business. So my investment, I invest in my own knowledge and my own skill sets on a regular basis. I need to know how much I can actually invest in, how much bandwidth I have to invest my own time and energy in, and what needs to change in order for me to be able to invest in those things, right? So looking at your offerings, what does it require of you? What does it require of your business? What does it require from the financial investment perspective, right? Again, you've got your products, your services, you've got your financial strategy, you have your vision. This is what your business requires in order to have great choices to really create a successful business. The next thing that we want to look at with our products and their services is our pricing. There's so many challenges with pricing with our businesses, right? We want to, well, I don't know what I should charge. Well, that's too much. What are people going to think of me? Well, that person charges this much. Why can't I charge that? Blah, blah, blah. It has nothing to do with anyone outside of you. It has nothing to do with what someone else is charging. It has nothing to do with what someone can afford. And I know, I know many of you are going to be railing at me about that. It's not, pardon me, it's not about what someone can afford. Your business, and I talked about this in last week's show, your job is to show up in your brilliance with your skill set, with the value that you are, bringing that to the world. When you are more in alignment with that than anything else, the customers and the clients will find you. Your job is to be you and to show up authentically as you. You might have people that are charging half as much as what you charge for a service that seems the same. You might have people that charge twice as much. It does not matter. What we have to do is we have to tap into you. What do you feel your financial worth is for a particular service. What is it that you are offering and bringing to them that will make a contribution in their world, that will change things for them? That's where the pricing comes from. It doesn't come from what someone can afford. And it doesn't come from where you believe you should be at by now. How many people out there oftentimes say, well, I've been doing this for this long, it should already be at this price? That has nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. And especially the price value that you're going to be comfortable with is going to be equivalent with your skill set and how much you have evolved in your belief system about yourself, in your beliefs about financial, about money, where you are in the world, and what you believe about money for you, for people that do what you do. There's so many variables involved. It's extremely important you pay attention to that. I have said this a million times. I will say it again. One of the best choices that you can make is to have a professional guiding you. Have a coach, a business coach guiding you in business. Your business will grow equivalent to how much support you're willing to receive. I grow 10 times faster in my development as a leader, as my development as a speaker, as my development as a CEO, than when I have a coach that is growing me and challenging me. I have had many coaches, and those coaches have taken me to the next level for me. It has made a world of difference. And it's one of the things that you cannot ignore. You cannot ignore the fact that there are people out there that are going to be able to see things that you can't see about yourself. There are going to be people that will show you what's going on. They'll put the mirror up and they'll show you. A great coach will be willing to show you and be kind and supportive at the same time. I would love for you to reach out to me. I would love to have a conversation with you. If you're struggling, if you have a lack of direction, if you don't know which to do first and you're feeling incredibly overwhelmed, one of the things that I love to do is to support people while helping them to sort through the chaos and to give them a real map on what to do next and what to do next and what to do next, and to be able to evaluate what they can handle and when they can handle it. It's what I've developed myself into being able to do. So if that interests you, do send me an email, Christine@ChristineMcIver.com. That's ChristineMciver. All right, we are up to our last break of the show. As usual, these shows go very, very quickly. Let's revisit what we've been talking about after the break. If you have any questions and you have any comments, feel free to send me an email as well, Christine@ChristineMcIver.com. Or if you're listening online anywhere, feel free to make a comment and I'll definitely respond there. All right, let's go to that break and we'll see you right after that.
Many of us make choices based on our past experiences or based on what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join the Inspired Choices show with business optimization expert Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know, but may not choose, that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back. She brings all her expertise to every show. Are you ready to create and live the life you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with business optimization expert Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Well, here we are. We're in our last segment of the show. There's so many things to talk about when you are in business to make successful choices in business. And we've talked a lot. We've gone through a lot throughout the show. My producer has been very busy taking down a lot of quotes. So I know we've talked about a great many things. One of the big things that I think can really make or break you in business and anyone in business is taking the time and really getting clear with yourself about what you are good at and what you're not good at. That's not to say that you can't learn a new skill, that you can't learn a new program, and that you can't do it. But the fact of the matter is, should you? Should you? And when we are willing to evaluate ourselves and look at the skill sets that are easy and fun and that we're just dancing with these things, when we can really recognize that I'm great at that, but oh my gosh, I dread that, or I'm really kind of lost, or I need to take another course with that. When you've got that type of energy with an area of your business, perhaps it's social media, perhaps it's marketing, perhaps it's accounting, whatever it might be, when you have that energy, please listen. Your body and your business is trying to tell you this is not for you to do. One of the greatest things you can do is acknowledge that and hire out the service. There are people that are going to be faster, more accurate, and on top of current situations with whatever area you're not great in, that you'll be able to pay them and they'll be able to do it, probably do it at least 100, if not 200% faster than you do, more accurate, more efficient than you do. Take your time to invest your energy and your skill set and your knowledge in the things you are great at, and hire other people to do the other tasks. That is one of the best business decisions that you can make. This doesn't mean you need to have 10 or 20 different people. It doesn't mean you need to have a huge payroll. But even bringing somebody on, the first time I did this, I brought somebody on for 3 hours a week. I made that work financially. And that started to give me space to be able to do more things that made my business grow even faster. My friends, there's so many things that I would love to share with you. I've got lots more things I've done, well over 400 shows. You can definitely go and listen to many, many different shows that I've done that will guide you into how to have a strong business. But the most important thing is for you to understand that you can make new choices. You can make choices that are going to grow you and bring you more help and more prosperity than you've ever imagined. Next week, we're going to be talking about shifting tides in business. I am your host, Christine McIver, on the Inspired Choices Network with my show called Inspired Choices. And it's really Inspired Choices in Business now, because that's where I focus. If you would like to learn more, if you would like support and learn how you can have more pleasure in your business and what you need to be focusing on that will support you day to day so that you're not run down and you're exhausted, reach out to me. Send me an email, Christine@ChristineMcIver.com. Let's have a conversation. Let's look and see if we're a match and how I can really support you. That is the thing that I love to do in business, that I'm great at in business. And you know what? If anything, we'll just have made a connection. I don't enjoy working with anyone that doesn't enjoy working with me. It really is a dance that where we can create something amazing for you, showing business owners how to have more joy and ease in their business. It's one of the biggest targets that I have in my own business and personally. It's like I can't not talk about it. So thank you so much for everyone for being here. Thank you so much for hitting that play button. We will talk to you again next week. And until next week, remember, you can always make another choice.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire. This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.